Hi, I am Brian Gronkowski, and I am here to reflect on my thoughts on our discussion and with Kim Shively. And I just got so much out of it. Her talking to us about working with minors was super important for my field um, because I have a middle schooler. I teach high school, and I hope to teach college undergraduates. Something about me. I want to, after teaching for years in the classroom, I want to use this MFA in theater to learn every single thing I can so that I can teach college undergraduates, specifically theater teachers who want to teach in the middle school and high school level. So I was really excited about listening to everything that Kim said, and I took copious amounts of notes. And I watched it like 3 times because I'm scared that it's going to have to go away, and so I want to make sure I have every single one of my notes. But a couple of takeaways that I found particularly important were understanding, am I uncomfortable versus is this a boundary? And I think that looking at discomfort and really talking about discomfort can help students understand the difference between uncomfortable and a boundary. And so I thought that just talking about it and opening up that conversation and talking about what uncomfortable feels like and talking about what boundary looks like, I think is just a really important conversation to have. Um, so, what you said about high school taking risks was true. I think that a lot of what she said about high school students is, from what I see, is true. Um, when she talked about college undergraduates returning back to a middle school state of mind, I found that incredibly interesting and useful, and something that I'm going to just put like a little bookmark on because I plan to teach undergrads soon. So um, I thought that her ideas about how a system has to work for everyone was super inclusive and a good way of putting things. I like that she um, is looking at the most vulnerable person in the room, and so that is a practice that I am going to continue to focus in on as I am trying to grow my learners and and have them discover what their boundaries are and things. Um, I thought that teaching students how to apologize is something that we probably need to go back to over and over and over again as a general rule. And I also thought that her her idea of do not expect an apology without being able to come at it with forgiveness was just like, ooh, oh my goodness, I want that on a shirt. Be willing to extend forgiveness, I think, should be posters in every middle school and high school theater classroom, and maybe even undergrad. It's going to be on my undergraduate theater classroom. Um, but I thought that that was very, very important. And we have to be generous with one another was another saying that I wrote down in my notes that I thought was just like, oh, we do have to be generous with one another. But I also really liked her redefining what an easy actor to work with is. Easy to work with actor, rather. Someone who's kind, generous, knows their lines, and are boundary aware. And I thought that that was just like really, really good. I also really appreciated it, and some of my colleagues in class also contributed to um, regulation activities and a toolkit. And as I continue to develop my toolkit for understanding when students are in that hyperarousal state or hypoarousal state, what I can do to help them um, with that as it relates to the creative process and it being in my classroom. And I really liked asking open-ended questions that she said activated the prefrontal cortex, which I thought was an interesting way of looking at things so that they can get out of their little lizard brain back there and utilize their prefrontal cortex. And then I liked the ideas of yes and, but also. Um, I just thought that that was really useful terminology that I'm going to continue to fold into my practices as I continue to just refine the best possible place to produce art and to teach theater. Um, so I thought it was really cool. Another kind of tidbit that I thought was really interesting was her idea of side coaching. And something that I kind of encounter a lot when I'm side coaching is, are they figuring out what I want, or are they using their dramatic imagination with the side coaching? And I think that's really key because I struggle with communication a lot, and I'm trying to get really better on it. I'm focusing in on my communication, especially when giving notes or giving direction. And I think that part of why I am getting a little bit better is utilizing um, the ingredients in my classroom. I couldn't think of the thing, but like distance. Once I said, to open or close distance, like they totally get it, and they can actually use the direction, the clear direction of opening and closing distance, and then I can also give them a little bit of a note with what to do while they are opening and closing distance, and the tempo and levels of touch and all that stuff. I'm thinking about making a poster about all this stuff. It's so good. But yeah, so that's what I gained from Kim Shively. I felt like I just rambled, but I really got a lot out of it, and I'm excited to, as I said, fold everything into my little my bread that I'm kneading to right now, and hopefully for the future. So, thank you, and thanks for having Kim on in our class. It was awesome. So, thank you so much, and have a good day.